Well, hi everyone, welcome back. This is Speedy50 here. This is my third video and we're still going to be talking about the Sigma FP. But today we're going to be diving down a little bit deeper into the manual focusing of this camera. In the first and second video we've glozed over the overall features of this camera, but today we're going to be just talking about the manual focusing of this camera. When this camera was first released in July, we're all wondering and speculating what this camera actually is. Is it a cine camera? Is it a still camera? Who is this going to be for? Is it going to be for pro or is it going to be for amateurs? I know some of you have a collection, whole collections of old vintage lenses from Canon FD, Nikon F, Leica M lenses that you have in your cupboard already, and you want to know how those lenses are going to work with the Sigma FP because this camera is so small again. And those vintage lenses tend to be smaller as well, and they tend to be lighter, and that just makes a perfect fit. So today we're going to be having a look at exactly that. So I'm in front of the Art Gallery of New South Wales. We're going to go in and we're going to have a look at the artwork by Murakami inside. Let's come with me to the Art Gallery of New South Wales and talk more inside. Come on. Well, that was such an interesting exhibition by Murakami and his friends, so fellow Japanese artists. So that exhibition is about yokais. Yokais are the demons that Japanese believe to exist amongst us. So they believe that there are demons in even umbrellas, demons in sandals, demons in a cat, demons in a fox, demons in everything. Now let's go back to manual focusing with the Sigma FP. Before we talk about the manual focusing with the Sigma FP, let's talk about the LCD screen, because the back LCD screen is your primary and only ways you can compose your shot and also focus your shot as well. Luckily though, the LCD screen of Sigma FP is bright and sharp. It's very sharp. So this 3.1 inch LCD is packed with 2.1 million pixels. So that's on par with all the best cameras at this price range. So you have the Nikon Z6, you have the Panasonic S1, they all have the same density pixels in their back LCD. So that is great. It is a little bit higher than Sony Alpha 7 III, but that's coming from a couple of years ago and it is a bit dated right now. So focusing on that, indoor is brilliant, perfect. You can see everything very clearly and there's no problem there. But even though the screen is very bright, if you're shooting outdoor and you're trying to manual focus and compose with this LCD under the bright sunlight, especially the Australian sunlight, maybe the American Californian sunlight in the desert of Nevada, it's not going to be enough. So you're gonna find it very challenging to manual focus an f1.2 lens to your subject in a bright daylight like this. We're under the shade now, but it is a bright daylight and it's going to be a great challenge to do that in the back LCD alone. Yes, Sigma has come up with a solution, which is the LCD hood. They call it the LVF11, if I'm not mistaken, but it really adds a big bulk to the rear end of the camera. That kind of defeats the purpose of the camera being small. However, if you stick around to the end of this video, I've actually found a very elegant solution to this. Have a look, because I need to show you something cool by the end of this video. So how do you focus with the Sigma FP? I'm about to show you. One feature that I love about the Sigma FP is the touchscreen. It is smooth and responsive. You can select the area you want to focus just by tapping and moving your fingers across the screen, while the rear wheel dial can be used to select the area size. Once the focus area is selected, press the center button to magnify the area. You can switch the level of magnification using the top dial. Options of 4 times and 8 times magnification is available. Hard pressing the shutter button will automatically close the focus magnifier window, and then you can recompose the shot before taking it. This whole process is smooth and easy, and with a little bit of repetition, I found myself getting used to it very quickly. Just like all other modern mirrorless cameras, Sigma FP is also equipped with focus peaking to assist you. This highlights the area of the picture that is in focus. 4 color options are available: white, black, red, and yellow. However, unlike the Sony bodies and the Lumix bodies, where you can really fine-tune the focus peaking, the intensity and the sensitivity of the focus peaking on the FP are not adjustable. But during my testing in various conditions, even in the dark with f1.2 lens, the system works just fine, and I haven't felt I'm missing those fine-tuning options. Another point to add, with L-mount native lenses, the focus magnification can be set to auto, which means that when you move the focusing ring, the camera will magnify the focus area without the need to press the center button, and will close it automatically as well after a set time. However, when we use any adapted lenses, this option is not available. Focus magnifier needs to be engaged manually with the press of the center button. Now, let's talk about what you can actually adapt to the Sigma FP. Well, the most obvious one is because the L mount is initiated by Leica about 6 years ago. So the most obvious choice to adapt to an L mount is an M mount from Leica as well. At the moment, there are so many manufacturers that have created a dump mount, because they don't really talk to the body, that converts from Leica M mount to an L mount. The price ranges from $360 to a mere $20 or even $16 from a Chinese manufacturers. Now, it may be tempting to buy the cheapest one because, yeah, after all, it's a dumb adapter, and you would think that to buy the cheapest one would be the best option because, well, it doesn't do anything, it doesn't have electronics anyway. However, I actually purchased one from the Chinese manufacturer called TT Artisan, and when I adapted it to my Sigma FP, it would not click because the machining of the adapter itself is not that accurate, so it wouldn't click, therefore it cannot be used. Such a pity because that adapter looks good. Now, I'm not saying that all Chinese manufacturers are going to be like this. I have heard good reviews from other cheaper adapters. It is always a little bit of a gamble when you purchase something that is so cheap because there's not going to be any customer support, there's not going to be a guarantee that it could work. Now, I always buy the middle ground. So nothing too expensive and nothing not the cheapest one as well. I would actually recommend you to buy the ones from Novoflex. So what I have here is the one from Novoflex. This is made in Germany. This is not as expensive as the Leica option. It's about half the price of the Leica option. It's not cheap, but it's not that expensive as well. But it works really well. The machining is tight, everything is great, and it doesn't have any play whatsoever. Another brand that I can recommend is Kipon. Kipon makes 2 types of M to L adapter, with one being very interesting. It's about $200, but it has a helicoid on it. So it means that it remedies the main problem what Leica M mount lenses have, which is close focusing distance. Most Leica M mount lenses can only focus as close as 70 centimeters, some even 1 meter, and that's not close enough for most things. If you buy the Kipon ones, it will allow the lens to protrude forward a little bit, and you can actually retract it back to achieve infinity focus. Just from the specs alone, it looks like it's a viable option. So what other manual focus lenses can you adapt to an L mount from the Sigma FP? Well, at the moment, just about anything you can think of. I've got a list here. Sorry, I've got to pull out my phone because the list is quite long. Let me read it to you. So you can adapt an L39 mount, M42, Nikon F, Canon FD, Exacta, Leica R, this is the Leica old SLR, Minolta MD lenses, Hasselblad V, Mamiya 645, Pentax 645, Contax 645, Pentax 67, and get this, you can even adapt an RE PL lenses onto this. How cool is that? Now let's talk a little bit more about image stabilization. In my first video, I've already tested the image stabilization using the 45mm f2.8. That's a native L mount lens. But now I want to talk a bit more about image stabilization in still modes with adapted lenses, because there's a limitation to that. Sigma FP does not have IBIS, so it really relies on electronic image stabilization. It works for video and also works for still. So how it works is it takes a couple of pictures and using a smart algorithm, it combines those pictures together and tries to remove the motion blur. Now that works with a native L-mount lens only. If you're using adapted lenses like the M-mount or any other mounts that doesn't talk to the body, electronic image stabilization on stills doesn't work. And also you have to be mindful, I was spending about 10 minutes last night trying to figure out how to turn on electronic image stabilization for stills. But it turns out that image stabilization for stills on the Sigma FP only works if you shoot JPEG only, so not RAW and JPEG, but only JPEGs, and your ISO is limited to 6400, and I find that's quite limiting. Well, you've made it this far to this video, so I'm sure you're really interested in Sigma FP, or at least you're intrigued. I know a lot of people are so intrigued with this camera. Back to the beginning, there's the issue with the LCD glare under the sun. So I found this product from GGS Photo Portable LCD Ocular. Well, the name doesn't matter, but the product matters. So it comes in this little nice leather pouch. So what it is, it's an LCD hood that's collapsible, but it also attaches to the camera via magnet. It pops open like this. And also, you have a magnifying glass behind it if you need so. Let's put it on the camera so you can have a look at what it looks like. It comes with a magnetic frame that you first stick onto your LCD screen, and the hood then sticks onto this magnet frame. It's spring-loaded and pops out like this. The switch at the top is used to deploy the magnifying glass to help you get that critical focus. And when you're done, simply detach it from the screen, fold it like this, and store it away back into your pocket or bag. Well, that's a wrap for this episode of this video. If you find this video useful, I hope you subscribe and also follow me on Instagram, which is my travel Instagram, which is here. And I also have my camera related Instagram, which is here. Well, that's it for now. I hope to catch you in the next video.